Hello friends. Welcome to my video. In this video I will reveal how Drogon might be the true prince that was promised. The real Azor Ahai, and the stallion who will mount the world. There are many prophecies when it comes to Game of Thrones. The most talked prophecy is of Azor Ahai reborn and the stallion who mounts the world, which tells us the coming of a savior. A hero, who is most often mentioned as prince that was promised. Previously I have also been considering Jon Snow as the most suitable candidate for Azor Ahai. But there is a Reddit user, Dubla98, who has a very convincing theory about the real promised prince. He argues that not only are both Azor Ahai reborn and the stallion who mounts the world the same legendary figure, they are also both Drogon, making him one of the strongest candidates yet to be the prince that was promised. He says that Drogon fulfills almost all the criteria needed for a character to be both of these prophesied heroes. He believes that when Daenerys' baby was killed by the witch, he did not just die as a sacrifice to wake the dragon eggs, but became one of the dragons. Dany frequently calls the dragons her children even when others don't understand what she means. I believe that Drogon is in some form actually her son. Not that she gave birth to him, but that her son's spirit went into the egg, perhaps similar to a warg after they die. If this is true, which I don't think is impossible, the argument becomes even stronger. Even without this fact, Drogon appears to be the prophesied hero. Alright, so he fits almost all the criteria to be Azor Ahai. He kept on saying that Drogon was literally born under the red comet, unlike other major candidates. And he was born under the smoke from his father's funeral pyre and salt from his mother's tears. No character has a potential Lightbringer anything as close as Drogon. Drogon can breathe fire as a weapon whenever he wishes. The most literal flaming sword of all the candidates. Being Dany's child, he is descended from Aerys Targaryen. This is pretty clear. Drogon with his two siblings are the three heads of the dragon. The Nissa part of the prophecy is yet to occur, but it is not unlikely that this will reveal itself at some stage. The only other part of the prophecy is that Azor Ahai will have something to do with stone dragons arising. Drogon is literally the personification of stone dragons awakening. So Drogon could be Azor Ahai. He has just as much going for him, if not more, than all the other candidates. Almost all that attributes Dany to being Azor Ahai is usually in relation to the dragons. But the legend of this prophesied hero spans many cultures and prophecies. Daenerys was specifically told that her child would be the stallion that would mount the world. The stallion that mounts the world would unite all the Khals into a single caliphate. He will lead the Dothraki to the ends of the earth. Now together Drogon and Dany have done this. I say together because neither was able to do it without the other. Drogon dropped Dany in the Dothraki Sea and was Dany's mount or stallion. Remember, dragons aren't just beasts, they are intelligent and wise, perhaps more than people. It could have been Drogon's plan to do this. Even if it wasn't, he still made it happen. But let's look at the actual prophecy about the stallion. As swift as the wind he rides, and behind him his khalasar covers the earth, men without number, with araks shining in their hands like blades of razor grass. Fierce as a storm this prince will be. His enemies will tremble before him, and their wives will weep tears of blood and rend their flesh in grief. The bells in his hair will sing his coming, and the milkmen in the stone tents will fear his name. The prince is riding, and he shall be the stallion who mounts the world. This is such a clear description of a dragon. He is riding the wind, as fierce as a storm, even men in castles will fear him. We all know Harrenhal, the greatest castle, didn't stand a chance against dragons. Also in this prophecy the stallion is also described as a prince. Not only is this a connection to the prince that was promised, but also that Drogon is the son of a queen. It is also unlikely Drogon will ever succeed his mother, as he is a dragon, so he will forever be a prince, not a king. The prophecy says that they will be both a stallion and a prince. This seems like an odd duality. Except in the case of Drogon, as he is both Dany's child and her mount. If Drogon is the fulfillment of the prophecy, it does not mean that he is the only hero. In all of Game of Thrones, prophecies are great red herrings. While true, they are distracting you from the actual thing you should be focusing on. Drogon has been right in front of us this whole time, he is the prophesied one. But not the only hero in the story. Do you consider his theory valid? Who is the real promised prince in your opinion? Let me know in comments. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you soon.